Hi, I'm Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of March 3rd. Last week I had the opportunity to attend an outstanding event when I went to the Food Shippers Association's annual Transportation and Logistics Conference. Now, I was privileged to be asked to moderate a panel discussion, and the title for our session was To Tell the Truth. In order to do that, we went and got some great resources. People like Derek Leathers from Warner, Jeff Silver from Coyote, Peter Burke from Land of Frost, and Bart Jennings from Western Illinois University. And what we asked them to do was to really tell us what was going on within their organization and address some of the challenges that they're having in running their business. Now, in this 2-minute warning, we want to briefly highlight a couple of factors that you ought to pay attention to. First, you need to go to Transact.com and download 2 of the slides that Derek Leathers prepared for the audience, because what he did was highlight the investment that publicly traded carriers have made in their fleet over the last several years. And the results are stunning, and they're not encouraging, because what it tells us is what we've talked about in the 2-minute warnings. Carriers are not expanding the size of their fleet. And that brings us to our second point. We talked to a lot of people at that conference. There was almost 900, 1,000 people there. And to a person, everyone said they had never seen the kind of January and February we experienced in 2014. And it wasn't just because of the weather. They said that there is a legitimate concern about how they're going to get trucks to move their freight in the future. And that brings us to our third point. I asked Derek and Jeff, when it comes, push comes to shove and you need to get a truck to a customer, how do you make the decision about who's going to get the truck? And they highlighted a couple things. First of all, they look at the relationship itself. How long has that company been a customer? The second thing is, how is that equipment going to get used? If you're not paying attention to things like what's happening at your dock, you may see the carriers take a pass because they can't afford to have their equipment tied up for extended lengths of time. And the third thing, obviously, they take a look at is the rate, or how much they're going to get to move the freight. Now, with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you, we are on your team and we're here to help. But more importantly, we're passionate about seeing you be successful, which is why we want you to go to Transact.com and download those slides and send them around to people within your organization to help them understand what's going on in the transportation marketplace and how it will impact your supply chain. Thanks for your time.